Hello YouTube. This is the third time that I'm trying to do this reading on Stephen Miller. I couldn't find his birthday before, and all of a sudden his birthday came up. So I had to stop what I was doing to do the numerology. So Stephen Miller, excuse my phone. I have a protective screen on it and it's cracked. I have another glass to put on over it to take this one off and put the other one on, but I just haven't done it. So he's a political advisor. He is Donald Trump's senior advisor for policy. He was previously the communications director for then Alabama Senator Jeff Sessions. And also he served as the press secretary for U.S. Representative Michelle Bachmann and John Shadig. So this is him. I guess there's rumors that I know Gorka just got fired maybe, and now there's rumors that he's the next to go. I kind of liked him on when he gave it back to the press. I haven't seen him that much on when he was like filling in or something with the press secretary. I think I liked him when he was talking in regards to of the policy and the Statue of Liberty. I think that's the one I caught. So I do kind of like that. I don't know if he has any, let me see, any children or anything like that. The only thing that I can see in regards to his birthday is that he is the Hermit and the Moon. Okay, so the Hermit and the Moon is, he's kind of, I'm going to use this deck since it's out. He's kind of, I don't think he has like, he wouldn't be the life of the party or something like that. He's probably very introvert. He probably doesn't like, people might misunderstand him. Because he's not really a people person. He's like a really smart guy that likes to learn things by himself, read, you know, he's one of them people. He probably really likes to learn, like he likes to educate himself on different different subjects. He probably likes to read a lot and stuff like that. I don't know, also, it might be, he might, you know, sometimes with the moon energy, it is a feminine energy, but the moon deals with, like, emotions. He might have some doubts with, you know, sadness or depression. That might be a theme he might have to overcome throughout his life, where sometimes you can become so isolated. You're so in tune to yourself, so introverted, that you become depressed. I'm not saying that's him. That's just the energy I'm feeling off of him. I'm glad that I did see him as that press secretary, because that kind of, when he was speaking, that kind of takes him outside of himself. You know, it's like when he has to speak in front of the public, it kind of makes him, you know, overcome maybe a weakness or something that he's just not too comfortable in doing. He would be good with like private conversations, stuff like that, but you know, for him to speak like in the press capacity, which I'm weird that, you know, he was the press secretary for James for Jeff Sessions. I bet you that really it really pushed him, and that's probably why he enjoyed it. Okay, so I want to see about him and his job, because they're saying that he's next to go. So I want to see, and we're also going to explore his relationship with Trump. So I want to see his status of his job. The Knight of Swords. The Emperor. And the Seven of Wands. So, I can see him as the Knight of Swords. Like, you know, he does the bidding. He is the knight. He goes forth and speaks the words, you know, for someone else. It's not necessarily his words, it's for the emperor. So I can see him speaking the words, going forth speaking the words, and also taking those thoughts and words into action for the president. The Seven of Wands is like, the Seven of Wands is, it's like a kind of like caught in a cookie jar type of energy. There's a book in here with secrets. Also, there's a reaching for something, Seven of Wands is usually not, he's definitely on the chopping block. The sevens are not really, you know, good cards. Let's see. On the chopping block. The Lovers, a choice, intertwined in a relationship. Driving force. I'm trying to see if he's going to a decision. This presently in a decision making whether they're going to go forth with ended his relationship with Trump. The Three of Cups is a celebration. I'm thinking that he I'm thinking that he has a relationship with Trump, that he might have been like, maybe Trump is forced to kind of discipline him in some action, or, you know, Trump for the public is showing that, remember I said in the Trump, if you go back on Trump's August reading that I did, remember I said he's going to try to go about doing things a different way. He's going to turn his back kind of on the way he thought he was going to do things, on people, places, and things, and he's going to try to get what he wants accomplished going a different way that we might not understand. So that's what I'm seeing with this, excuse me, this Seven of Wands is like, you know, Trump is not showing his whole hand. He's not showing his whole hand. That him and this Miller have a special relationship. They have a friendship. There's a mutual bond and respect between Miller and Trump. I don't think Trump wants his hand shown. I think that Trump is trying to appease some people. He doesn't want his full hand shown. He's not showing his full hand. You see the book there? That's kind of like secrets and stuff like that. It's just the arm, not the whole body. So he's not really showing his full hands. He's not really showing, you know, his full actions of what he wants to do. He just wants people to perceive, you know, what he's doing. There is a relationship. Do not doubt that he has a special, you know, relationship with this man. There's mutual respect. You know, there's mutual respect between Miller and Trump. Miller looks at Trump as a leader. He goes to Trump, you know, he tries to direct Trump. They have a special bond. Also, there's a driving force. So the Chariot is like going forth with force, will, and determination. So Trump has to go forth. So, and this guy understands it. This guy understands that, you know, it takes a village. You know, you can't always show what your other hand is showing. Also, I see the media. The media is kind of forcing things. I also see that there's like a mosquito on the bottom of this card. There's a mosquito, so that's like, you know, the media wants some blood drawn. They want some blood drawn. I see this Alice looking at this goat. As, you know, I always say the goat is not the sheep. You know, the goat does what he wants to do when he wants to do it, and he's not a follower. And I think Trump has ulterior motives that maybe he only would know. Excuse me, Blanco, get out the trash. But the media look at the media with the Dunn's hat. I think the media wants blood. So, you know, there's a decision to be made and to go forth. So there's a decision to be made and they're going to go forth on that decision. I think maybe the Page of Coins, I'm thinking that maybe his position will change. I don't think he's going to get fired. I think he's going to get a change of a position. I think where he was the voice of, like, the voice and bringing the message through with his intellect, you know, the Knight of Coins, he's going to be more of a Page of Coins. I think he's already he was an advisor, but more than likely he was more pushing Trump's agenda. Whereas now he's going to be more in a position to help plan the agenda, like plan it, to bring into reality, the physical, you know, to put the plans into motion. And it might even be some type of economic position, because I seen the Page of Coins has to do with like money, economics, stuff like that, food, stuff like that. So I find him not losing his position, maybe his position changing. And there's an agreement to that. There's that freaking Queen of Wands. So I think there's been people in Trump's ear telling him, trying to get him to do what they want him to do. There's that Queen of Rods. There's that Queen of Wands again. And I look at this as Trump. Alice as Trump. And I feel that Trump, he's kind of like, he's trying to get his ground in it. He's only been in office for 8 months. He's used to being this CEO of a company, the real big boss. And, you know, government is a different type of beast, you know, whereas in his job, he could, you know, when he was head of his company, you know, he has to now work with people he doesn't necessarily like. And he has to listen to them, and it's kind of like a dull hum in his ears to hear these people chattering, you know, the background noise. He's kind of feeling overwhelmed. He's overwhelmed. He's trying to get his foot in. He's trying to figure out how to deal with these people. Important to him is not to show his hands too much. He doesn't want to show his hands too much. I want to see this relationship a little bit more between Donald and Stephen Miller. I don't know if that made any sense. I don't think that he's going to out and out fire this man. I think that this man's position is changing. And if he goes, he's really going to still work for Trump, but in a different capacity that it won't be seen from us. You know, it won't be... but he has a lot of people in his ears trying to force him in their agenda. Trump has a lot of people in his ears trying to force, you know, their agenda, trying to cause confusion. So Stephen Miller and Trump. Stephen Miller and Trump. Doing these readings with these grown men on the Alice Tarot, I think is funny. I think this is why I'm sitting here using it, because to think of Trump as the Alice character and see, I just think it's funny. So excuse my warped sense of humor using this deck. Let's see. So I want to see this relationship. Okay, let's see. Stephen Miller. I'm going to put Trump here, Stephen Miller here. What is their relationship? So there is some competitiveness. It's a working competitive relationship. The Wands is competitive. A working competitive relationship. I think that there's not more as in Trump being competitive towards Miller. It's that Miller and his peers have a competitive relationship. So everybody is trying to be on top, basically. Everybody, it's like everybody is trying to take everybody out to be closer to the president, and the president's over on the sideline like, okay, children, you guys do what you got to do. When someone wins, come back and let me know. Okay? Okay, where does Miller feel in regards to Trump? The Two of Coins. So there's a balance. There's a balance in relationship. There's a balance. I think I said there was mutual respect. I believe that Miller looks at Trump as the boss. I believe that Trump has this relationship in balance. They each know their part of what they play. They each know what part they can play. I see them looking at each other. There's a mutual respect. There's a mutual respect. And Trump doesn't play. Trump, he has this, he has him by the throat. Like, he has it in control. He's in control. This also can say how hard that Stephen Miller is kind of, because I see Stephen Miller being this flamingo on this card. It can also say that Miller is off to the side, that he's not really engaging in this petty competitive nonsense. It could be because he's the hermit. He's off to the side doing his own thing while everybody's eating their own. That's more of the energy that I'm feeling now that I look at the next card, this card, and seeing the flamingo. So it's showing me the hermit that, he's off to the side. He doesn't really get involved in the bull crap and the inner politics and the inner fighting and trying to get on top. He's off to the side. Like, yeah, y'all do you. Let's see. Trump. Where does Trump think? Judgment. So Trump, like I said, he's trying to pass judgment of whether or not he's going to fire him or keep him. Or if he's going to keep him, how is he going to go about it? He doesn't want, in the other reading it shows, and he doesn't want people to see his hand. He doesn't want them to see his motivations. He wants to keep, his actions kind of secretive. So he's in contemplation. He's judging. He's deciding, who am I going to get rid of? Should I do what they want me to do? Should I fire him? Should I change his position? Should I just have these guys lay down and do what wants to be done? He's in contemplation. Let's see. Where does Miller think this relationship is going? The world. He sees it as, his world. He's okay, he thinks this relationship is successful. He doesn't have any negative feelings towards Trump or what Trump wants to do. He's not upset in any way, shape, or form. I think him and Trump have a better understanding than most. Out of all his advisors and Trump, I feel that Trump has a real friendship and bond with this Miller character. Okay, what does Trump think? The Hermit. Yeah, Trump feels that maybe he feels that Miller isn't he's a loner. He's not part of the cloud. This is showing me the Hermit, which is Miller. He's not Miller is off to himself. He doesn't really get involved with that. Trump notices that. That Miller is independent thought. He has independent thought. That he's able to weather, the storm, the rocky times. He's still a firm foundation. He's a good protector. He has protection. He has a firm backbone. So I'm thinking Trump kind of likes and really, I think when Trump looks at this White House, he sees these people infighting and, talking bad for everybody, this and that. And I don't think he sees that with Miller. Whether Miller changes his position because people are trying to get him, this guy is always going to be in some way, shape, or form with Trump. Trump is always going to have him around, whether we know it or not. He finds this guy as a wealth of knowledge. He finds this guy has a strong backbone. That he finds this guy that he's able to lead. You see with this little sheep right there on it. Even though Trump is able to lead him. And this guy is like firm, you know, okay, you know, and he's not into this mess. He's not really into this mess that's going on in the White House. I would say he's loyal to the fault. What does let me see, what does the card see? The Hierophant. That means law and order. That means judgment. That means like the government. Maybe someone is trying to force Trump into firing him. I see this might be Trump, and I see the government. The government is trying to, you know, confuse things and trying to, I see that coming out the mouth, what's coming out their mouth and their actions is trying to confuse things, and they're trying to dictate to Trump what he has to do. They want Trump to heed to what they want him to do. The Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is a relationship. So even though the higher ups, the government, the people, you know, that are trying to control Trump is telling him, I remember I said him and this guy, Miller, have a good friendship, a good mutual respect for each other. A good friendship, a good mutual respect. They understand each other. Miller knows he's the boss. He has ultimate, and whether he's in this physical White House role, he might not be physically in the White House role, but he will work behind the scenes in any capacity that Trump wants him to do. Even if publicly Trump says, I have to fire you, Stephen Miller is still going to be around somewhere. We might not see it. The public might not see it. The Ace of Coins. I think it's going to be a new position. It's secret. It's veiled. A new position. It's veiled. It's secret. I think Trump and Miller have their own plans. See this book again? Now the book is open. They have their own plans. I think he's going to get a new type of position. And Trump isn't willing to speak on it as of yet. He's covering his thing. I think he's going, I think he's going to be in a new position. I think he's getting a new position. Most likely, I think he's going to get a kind of promotion type position. He's whatever. So that's the reading on Stephen Miller. I find it, I didn't know this man, but I'm really glad that Trump knows this man, because this man is very solid. Very solid. And hopefully Trump will keep him. I see him having some type of promotion. I think the higher ups, the government, the people in law, they are trying to get Miller out with the passion. And Trump is keeping his hands hidden. He doesn't want them to know. He's letting all these rumors go about. You know, they understand each other. If publicly Trump had to fire him, he's still going to work for Trump on the sidelines in secret. That's how much respect. But I think that this guy is going to get a promotion. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.